Thanks, Ronan, for joining us. Really appreciate it. Great to have you back here in New Zealand. How was the 2-week quarantine?
Not the best.
Yeah. What
Just
did
been
you
boring.
did you do? Did you get given any equipment or anything to work out, or what did you?
I brought like a ball back. Someone gave me a ball and I had to like deflate it.
Yeah.
But I got given like gym program and a running program as well, which is kind of hard, but in like a little parking lot.
Yeah.
So did that.
Cool, man. I mean, I guess you gotta keep in good condition, eh? D1 athlete
Yeah,
level.
always, always.
Nice, nice. So for those that are watching this, Ronan Wynne has just come back from America. He just had a semester there. Now he's back in New Zealand, where he's going to be playing a bit of footy here in Auckland. He's going to be playing. You're with the Western Springs, right?
Yeah, training with them. Yeah.
Cool. And under the watch of Chris Zoricic, former All White captain, runs a great club here in New Zealand. And we've had the pleasure of working with quite a few of his athletes, Ronan being one of them. So, Ronan, I wanted to get you on this chat today just to talk about what it was like in the States. There's a lot of young athletes here in New Zealand and in Australia that aspire to go to college. They want to go to college when they graduate high school. And I thought it would be a great opportunity for you just to share a little bit of insight into what it was like. We had you on an Instagram live a couple of months ago, but it's been 2 months later. We want to get an update. So the first thing, how was your semester at Denver?
It's been pretty good overall. So I've done 2 quarters, so we're in like a quarter system. The first one was pretty hectic because I was just getting used to it. We were training. I was just adapting really, and then the second one, that one was easier for me just because I was with the schedule, with the program and everything. I knew everyone, had my connection. So I guess like the longer I'll be here, the easier it will get. But I've enjoyed it, of course.
That's awesome. So let's talk about the schoolwork. Now, starting university straight after high school must have had its challenges. How did you like the university work? What was that like?
It was pretty challenging. I feel because it's pretty like consistent. Like the work is consistent throughout the week, so there's no like day where you have like something that's not due. Well, I'm talking for the University of Denver, but it's manageable. But you have to certainly set aside a good amount of time to get it done.
Yeah. And obviously, being a full-time, as you said, there's no days off in college. You're a full-time student and you're also a full-time athlete. So I guess with that time management, you have to absolutely nail that part of it. When you were facing a few challenges, were there any academic support or anything that you had access to?
Yeah. So our assistant coach, he also like has the role of like checking up and um helping us manage the schoolwork. And then we also have, so that's like a person that we're kind of close with, so that's always easy to reach out to him. But then we also have the professors. Obviously they're always on call if you need to email them. And we have a couple academic advisors that you can always reach out to as well, and they're more specific, so they'll know exactly like what you'll need help with, I guess. Yeah.
It's awesome how supportive the athletic staff is there, because obviously they want you to succeed, not just in the sporting scene, but academically as well. And that's what I like about the University of Denver. I know the coaches there really care about their athletes. So that's good for people to know, especially parents that are listening to this. Now, last time we interviewed you, Ronan, you were about to start playing. You had just come out of, from New Zealand. You're about to get into a few of your first games. Obviously playing a few. We watched you online in a couple as well. How was the level over there?
It's competitive.
Yep.
I feel like everyone is going to college for the reason, well, most people are going to college for the reason to, take this next step onto the pro level, or to just like showcase themselves on the pitch. So there's always like something to play for, even if you're not like one of the best teams. People are always trying to impress, always trying to, hard, impress the coaches. So it's very competitive.
Would you say like the playing styles in America. Well, let's not talk about America as a whole, because there's obviously different playing styles across the board. But
Yeah.
from what you played in New Zealand, is it different to how you guys play in America, or is it quite similar?
My team, we play similar to like where I played. So I played for the Phoenix. Obviously, play like a good brand of football where it's, you know, passing, position, build up, kind of like a finessed way of playing. So we play like that. But a lot of teams that we didn't get to play mini games, but a few teams that we played were quite direct. So, you know, like long balls, physical, strong. It just depends on the team you come up against, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that everyone there is fighting for a starting spot. It's very competitive. People want to go to the MLS, you know, follow the same footsteps as like what your older brother did.
Yeah.
How much exposure do you get to MLS contacts over there? Is it quite a common thing where coaches would contact your head coach or anything like that?
Yeah, that again is dependent on the college you go to, which I keep saying that, but it's so important that you like choose the right place. So for me, we're close to 4 MLS teams, so like around us, and we have one in our state as well, and then USL teams, so the second tier of American soccer. We also have a few teams around us, but our coach knows a lot of players. Like I mean, not a lot of players from his days of playing, and a
Yep.
lot of coaches of teams. So,
Right.
you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is what I tell people, like when they go through the college process as well. Like there's so many opportunities out there, but because
Mhm.
there's so many opportunities and there's even more athletes, it becomes so much more competitive. So it's exactly who you know. And I agree. I think that
Yeah.
choosing a college, it's not just about what their schedule is and, you know, what academics they have, but it's life after college as well. That's really important. And that's definitely one of the factors that we spoke about when you were going through the process too. And I'm glad you're there. Now, access to facilities, what do you get access to as an athlete that people in New Zealand or in Australia might not know about?
I would just say, I mean, you can get access to anything like in New Zealand and Australia, but I think it's the quality of what you get. So like the facilities that you actually go to that you use are a step above or what I've experienced, or a step above in America. Um, you know, the field we train on, our game field, the gym where we lift, the dining halls, everything like that. I mean, you can get that here, but it's just it's next level there, and
Yeah.
that's for most colleges as well.
Let's talk about the strength and conditioning room. What's it like?
It's not like some of the for us. It's not like some of the, like the bigger programs. So like the, you know, the LSU's, the schools in Texas, but we because we don't have a lot of students. Ours isn't very big, but there's like everything that you would get in a normal gym, and it's all, you know, sponsored. New Balance sponsored because that's our sponsor. Got all the logos, everything, and it's I think it's the trainers that make the gym good.
Right. And what kind of trainers do you get? What kind of trainers are there? Like, are these trainers that have trained like, you know, former professionals before?
Yeah. Oh, ours especially. His name's Matt Shaw. He's our sports and conditioning coach. He's um in the off season he coaches the not coaches. He does the gym work for the NHL player, like a lot of NHL players.
Yep.
So that if people don't know, the ice hockey, like the National Hockey League
Yep.
in America, because we have a team here, that the Avalanche. So he takes a lot of those players. So he's well experienced, to say
Been
the
around the
least.
block.
Yeah.
Been around the block. Cool. Recovery facilities. Do you have any like ice baths that you guys get access to? Anything like that?
Yeah. It's more. I think it's being consistent, because so we have our recovery. Is with a sports medicine guy, so he helps with recovery as well. And you can't really get out of like not doing recovery. So that's why like I'm more of like flexible, I feel like, and like stronger. I feel free like when I go to play, just because they make us do it.
Yeah. Yeah, not many athletes take that seriously. So do you, because I've seen a few different universities before. So like, is it like a room with like multiple ice baths, or is it just one ice bath that everyone shares sort of thing?
It's like so there's like a whole sports complex, and then there's a room with all the physio tables, like the offices for the sports trainers, and um then there's like a room connected to it, and that's got ice baths and all that kind of like ice. So it's like a big ass room with a bunch of things you can take
Bunch of
advantage
equipment that you get access to. That's cool. Nice. And so you've obviously played some away games. Now, obviously, it's a bit different for you. You're not experiencing it, 2 years ago when there wasn't a pandemic. Now there is, so very limited, fans that can watch it, etc. But it's been great to watch you online. And I've been chatting with your dad as well about some of the games too. He seems that you've been doing pretty well, which is great. How's it like traveling away with the team? What's the chemistry like?
It's again, that's dependent on your team, but it's really like enjoyable, I guess, because I get along with everyone. We get all the meals provided. It's I think they just look after us really well. From the time we leave, that we get sent everything that we need, like the whole schedule of what we're doing from the morning, from the time we wake up to the time we play, after everything. So it's organized, and it just makes it easier for everyone because we've got classes to do as well. So that helps a lot.
Let's break this down, because I know that there'll be some kids absolutely frothing this chat right now, wanting to know what game day is like when you're heading away. So let's say it's a Saturday morning, you get up and you've got to go to the bus and you're heading to another venue to play. Walk us through a day of what it's like, including the meals situation, etc.
Okay, so I'll just base it off because we didn't get that many away games because we could only play in conference. But we played Kansas City away, so we played at night there, which is pretty cool. So I guess you just wake up. We went downstairs to go get the food they provide, so they just like text our like group chat. We go down, get the food, because with COVID, we're not allowed to like eat in the same like area. So we take that back up, eat, just chill, do schoolwork for most of the day. Then you get lunch. Some people go out for walks just to like get the legs loose. Oh, in the morning we actually go and we do we call it a spike. So it's just getting the heart rate up. So rolling out, and then some footwork, stuff like that. And then just chill for the rest of the day till game day. Bus comes, get on the bus, go there, prepare, warm up. It's standard, but it's to the highest quality, I guess.
Yeah. And then you play your game. Do you stay there overnight, or do you jump on the bus and you head back home?
We go back to the hotel. That's what we did for both the trips we had for that quarter. And then we just wake up the next morning, and then we had pretty early flights to get back.
Okay.
So.
So you flew quite often.
Yeah, for the Kansas City game we flew. We had to wake up at like 5 a.m. or something to get back, and then the other game we had to bus quite far and then get on a plane.
So when you go to the airport as a team, you go in there, you get all your bags, you bring them inside the airport. Does your staff check you in, or do you have to check yourselves in and then you make your way through? How does that work?
We just stand there, like the players just stand around and they like check in everything, and then they just call out our name for our like bag tags, put them on, and then we just can go. Because we also have a sign like who's got which ball bag, which kit bag, the camera to film the game, everything like that. So you get your tags, put them on your bags, and then you're responsible for your stuff, so you put it through, and then everyone goes off.
Cool. And surely you must study on the plane as well, right?
Oh, maybe not me, but
You're meant to say yes.
no. Some people do, but I mean, we didn't have long flights, so
Yeah. No, the
I was
flights are pretty short. I have
yeah.
some athletes. So just before I jumped on this call, I posted on our Instagram and asked a few athletes if they had any questions for me, and they did. So I just want to run you through them. How does the student athlete balance work? You touched on this before about managing your days, and you've got access to teachers that can help you out, and your
Yeah.
athletic staff look after you academically as well. But touch a little bit more about how does the student athlete balance work in like a normal day where you're not traveling.
So like you said, it's all based on time management. So if I've got to give one tip, manage your time. Um, Look at your like schedule, your calendar, and just make sure you've got everything sorted. But we train in the mornings, so from basically 7:45 till 11:30 is all football based, soccer based stuff. So gym, stretching and training and everything, and then from there, from 12 till whenever you get your last class at 8, 6, 4 is all schoolwork, and then basically just like homework after that.
Yeah.
But as I said, time management is
Yeah.
key.
Time management's key. I actually advise my athletes to use an app called Trello, Trello. It's an app you can get on your phone, and it just helps you plan out your days. There's templates you can find on Google. Check it out. But usually the colleges provide you with a timetable that you can work towards. So yeah. Second question, how important is your relationship with the coach? Or I guess to rephrase that question a little bit better is like, how important is it for people to have a good relationship with their coaches when going to university?
Well, the coach is going to be the one that selects you, helps you, pushes you to the next level. So if you're creating, like even a bond off the field, that's going to help a lot because he's going to favor you, well, not favor you, but
Wanting to go the extra mile for you.
have you hit your best interests,
Yeah.
um, and that they are the ones that basically are putting you on the right path to success. So there's no harm in having a good relationship with your coach.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I just spoke to one of my recruits this morning, and this athlete is going to the States next year. A bit like you, started the process early, so like sorted things out early in her senior year. And I told this athlete to keep in constant communication with their coach. This athlete's going to start college next year, August. We're still a year away, but the deal's done. She's going to a great Division I program. And I said, it's important to keep in contact with the coach every week. And when you get to college, you're always asking the coach, how can I do better? Because, there's life after college, and a coach can be a vital and important role in that. As you said, it's not what you know, it's who you know. If you want to go into the MLS or get opportunities to play professionally, that coach is going to have connections. And if you've been doing the right things, you're going to be placing yourself in a good position to set you up for success. So keep that in mind. And the last question I have, Ronan, is we've already touched on this as well. What is the competition compared to other places like New Zealand over there? You sort of touched on this. It's a case-by-case basis, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess everyone's just all in it for the goal of, or let me put it this way. In New Zealand, there's a lot of players, or the majority of players, that aren't really looking to go to the next level. That's just like how it is. But in college especially, everyone, or most people, like I said, are. So you can imagine what people are, like fighting for and why they are doing what they're doing.
And that's why I try to tell athletes, especially when they're in their like junior year or sophomore year in high school, start putting yourself in a good position to be competitive when you arrive in America. You can't build an athlete overnight. You can't build your fitness overnight. That takes time. And having a right training program and working towards making yourself being the best you can possibly be is very, very important. How was the fitness levels there? Like, we touched on it in our Instagram video. You were one of the fastest guys when you're at the Phoenix and also at the Springs, but now you're at Denver, and you said it's a little bit different. How's it like over there?
Actually, what I'm actually at like close to the top. Not like, I think I'm like fifth or something.
Oi, look at this guy.
Yeah, but the fitness level, like there's a lot of players that are pretty incredible. Like I'm like, how are they doing this with like B test scores and stuff? But yeah, it's tough. It is tough.
Yeah, you wanna be in good nick when you go over there, and you also want to be injury free. You are going to be, training a lot and playing a lot. You want to make sure that your body can sustain that. So yeah, put a bit of thought into it. What we did recently is we got a Division I coach to send us through some fitness testing stuff, and I just sent it through to my athletes so they know where the benchmark is. And some of them came back to me and were just like, "Sheesh, is this what they actually do? It's a lot."
Yeah, I had the same. Yeah, I had the same as that.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, look, we won't keep you too long. Thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Cool.
I look forward to seeing you in person really soon. And yeah, enjoy this next couple of months before you get back in the fall.
Yeah, we'll do. Thanks for having me.
Cheers, man. I'll catch you later.